During our argument, my wife screamed, "Don't you dare walk out that door." "You'll regret it," I said quietly. "I'll take my chances." Then I walked out with my suitcase already packed. Her frantic calls started 3 hours later when she realized I'd meant it. And I, 36 male, walked out 3 days ago. Still processing it, but I'm calmer than I've been in years. The fight started over dishes. Again, I'd worked a 12-hour shift, came home at 8 p.m., and she was furious that I hadn't loaded the dishwasher before leaving that morning. "You're so lazy. I do everything around here." For context, my wife, 34F, works part-time from home, maybe 20 hours a week. I'm the sole breadwinner, working 50-plus hours. I also do grocery shopping, yard work, and about half the housework. But according to her, I do nothing. I work 12 hours today. I'll do them now. That's not the point. The point is you never think about anyone but yourself. I started loading the dishwasher. She kept going. "You're a terrible husband. My friends all have partners who actually care about them, who help out, who appreciate them." I kept loading, stayed quiet. I've learned that engaging only makes it worse. "Are you even listening to me?" "Yes." "Then say something." "What do you want me to say?" "I want you to apologize, to acknowledge that you're selfish." I finished loading the dishwasher, closed it, started it. Then I looked at her. "I'm going to bed." "Oh, so now you're just dismissing me?" Walking away from our conversation. "It's not a conversation. It's you yelling at me about dishes I'm actively doing. Don't you dare walk out that door. You'll regret it." I stopped, looked at her, really looked at her, saw the contempt in her eyes, the entitlement, the complete lack of respect, and something in me just clicked. I'll take my chances. I walked past her, went to the bedroom, pulled out the suitcase I'd packed 2 weeks ago and hidden in the back of the closet, grabbed my toiletries bag from under the bathroom sink, the one I'd been slowly stocking with duplicates. She followed me, still talking. "What are you doing? Are you seriously? Oh my God, are you packing? This is so dramatic. You always do this. You can't handle any criticism." I didn't respond, just zipped the suitcase, grabbed my laptop bag, my work stuff, my phone charger. "Where do you think you're going?" "Out." "Out where?" "To your mother's." "She's going to take my side, you know. Everyone will." I walked past her again, down the stairs. She was still following, still talking. "You're being ridiculous. Over dishes. You're really leaving over dishes?" I opened the front door. She grabbed my arm. "Don't you dare." I gently removed her hand. "Goodbye. If you walk out that door, don't come back. I mean it. This marriage is over." "Okay." That one word stopped her cold. She'd been expecting me to back down, to apologize, to beg, like I always did. I walked out, got in my car, drove away. She didn't call for 3 hours. When she finally did, I was already checked into an extended stay hotel, one I'd researched and booked 3 weeks ago. I didn't answer. She called 16 more times that night, left voicemails ranging from angry, "You're such a child," to confused, "I don't understand what's happening," to manipulative, "Please come home. We can talk about this." I didn't respond to any of them. The next morning, I called a divorce lawyer. Update 1, 5 days later. The entitlement kicked in fast. Day 1 after I left, she blew up my phone. 38 calls. Lost count of the texts. I blocked her number after the first 50 messages. She switched tactics. Started calling from other numbers. Her mom's phone. Her sister's. Random numbers I didn't recognize. I blocked them all. Then she showed up at my work. Wednesday afternoon, I'm in a meeting, and my assistant comes in looking uncomfortable. "Your wife is in the lobby. She says it's an emergency." I excused myself, went downstairs. She was sitting there, crying, mascara running. "Baby, please. Can we just talk?" "No." "What do you mean, no? I'm your wife." "Not for long. My lawyer's filing papers this week." Her face changed. Shock to anger in about 2 seconds. "You already got a lawyer? Are you serious?" "Very. This is insane. You're blowing up our entire marriage over one fight." "It wasn't one fight. It's been 4 years of this. I'm done." "4 years? What are you talking about? We've had a great marriage." "You've had a great marriage. I've had a maid, a punching bag, and a paycheck. That's not fair. I cook. I clean. You cook maybe twice a week. You clean when you feel like it. And you constantly tell me I'm lazy, selfish, and useless. So yeah, I'm done. You can't just leave. What about the house? What about? Talk to your lawyer. Mine will be in touch. I turned to leave. She grabbed my arm again. Same move as before. Don't walk away from me. Ma'am. Security had approached. You need to leave the building. I'm his wife, and you're disrupting our office. Please leave, or I'll call the police. She left, but not before shouting loud enough for everyone to hear. You're going to regret this. You'll come crawling back. You need me. I went back to work. My assistant looked concerned. You okay? Better than I've been in years. That evening, her mother called my phone before I could block it. What did you do to my daughter? I left. She's devastated. She's been crying for 3 days. Okay. That's all you have to say? You made vows. For better or worse. The worst has been going on for 4 years. I'm out. You're being selfish. Marriage takes work. I've been working. She's been taking. Not the same thing. How dare you? She gave up her career for you. She worked part-time before we got married. She worked part-time now. What career? Silence. Then, you're going to pay for this. She deserves everything in that divorce. She'll get what she's legally entitled to. Talk to your lawyer. I hung up. Block that number too. Friday afternoon, I got an email from my bank. Someone tried to transfer $8,000 from my savings account. The transfer was flagged because it required two-factor authentication, which I'd set up specifically for large transfers. I called the bank. They confirmed someone with my wife's credentials had attempted the transfer. Here's the thing. When we got married, we set up separate accounts. I'd seen too many friends get burned by joint accounts. She has her own checking and savings. I have mine. We split bills proportionally based on income. I pay about 75%, she pays 25%. But I made the mistake of adding her as an authorized user on my savings account 2 years ago. She'd asked for it just in case of emergency. I'd stupidly agreed. I removed her authorization immediately, changed all my passwords, set up alerts for any account activity. Then I call my lawyer. They're already trying to get access to your money? Yep. Attempted to transfer $8,000 this morning. Document everything. Save those bang alerts. This is going to help us. Saturday morning, she somehow got my hotel information. Showed up at 7 a.m., pounding on my door. Open up. We need to talk. I didn't answer. I know you're in there. Your car's in the parking lot. Still didn't answer. She pounded for 20 minutes. Other guests started complaining. Hotel security finally came. Ma'am, you need to leave. I'm trying to talk to my husband. He clearly doesn't want to talk to you. You're disturbing other guests. Leave now, or I'm calling the police. She left, but not before screaming through the door. You think you can just abandon me? I'll take everything. The house, the cars, your retirement. You'll be living in a cardboard box when I'm done with you. I recorded that part, just in case. Sunday, I got a call from my buddy. She'd shown up at his house looking for me. Told him I'd abandoned her, and she was worried about my mental health. Dude, she said you had a breakdown and left. That you're not thinking clearly. I'm thinking clearly for the first time in years. Yeah, that's what I figured. She seemed unhinged. Kept saying you owe her. I owe her a divorce. That's it. Need anything? Nah, I'm good. Just wanted to give you a heads up in case she shows up again. Got it. Take care of yourself, man. Monday morning, my lawyer filed. Serve her that afternoon. She called from a new number. I answered by accident. You actually filed? You're really doing this? Yes. Why? What did I do that was so terrible? You treated me like a servant for 4 years. Belittled me. Criticized everything I did. Made me feel worthless in my own home. That terrible enough? I was just asking you to pull your weight. Is that so wrong? I work 50 hours a week and do half the housework. You work 20 hours and complain constantly. Yeah, you were wrong. You're supposed to love me. For better or worse. I did love you. Past tense. You killed it. Now I'm just done. You'll regret this. No one else will put up with you. You're too. I hung up. Tuesday, she retained a lawyer. Expensive one from what I heard. Her parents are funding it. Wednesday, I got a letter from her lawyer demanding full marital home. I bought it before marriage, but she lived there 3 years. Alimony of $3,000 per month. Half my retirement. One of the 2 cars, both titled in my name. Reimbursement for emotional distress, $10,000. My lawyer read it and laughed. They're shooting for the moon. Won't get most of this, but they're trying to scare you. I'm not scared. I'm relieved. Good. We'll respond with a counteroffer. She gets her personal belongings, her car if she wants to take over payments, and that's about it. The house is your separate property. You'll probably owe some limited alimony given income disparity, but nowhere near $3,000 a month. Whatever it takes to be done. That's the right attitude. Update 2, 3 weeks later. The dirty tricks started rolling in. Week 2, she called my boss. Told him I was having a mental breakdown and making irrational decisions, and he should keep an eye on me. My boss called me in. Got a weird call from your wife. Soon-to-be ex-wife. What did she say? He told me. I sighed. I left her 3 weeks ago. Filed for divorce. She's trying to make me look unstable, so I'll lose my job, and she can claim I can't pay alimony. Yeah, I figured it was something like that. Your work's been fine. Actually better than usual. You seem more focused. I am. Sorry she bothered you. Don't worry about it. But document it. Might need it for your divorce. I did. Week 3, she filed a restraining order against me. Claimed I was stalking and harassing her. I'd had 0 contact with her except through lawyers. Hadn't been to the house. Hadn't called or texted. Nothing. The hearing was a joke. Judge asked for evidence of stalking. She had none. Judge asked if I'd contacted her. My lawyer showed phone records. All calls from her to me, none from me to her. Showed hotel footage of her showing up uninvited. Security logs from my office. Judge denied the restraining order. Told her attorney to stick to facts, not fiction. She left crying. Her lawyer looked embarrassed. But here's where it got interesting. Week 4, I got a call from my landlord at the old house. Hey, so your wife changed the locks. She what? Changed the locks. I came by to check on a maintenance issue, and my key doesn't work. She said you abandoned the property, and she's the only resident now. I'm still on the lease. She can't do that. That's what I told her. She said she'd get a lawyer involved if I try to make her change them back. Tell her my lawyer will handle it. I'll be by tomorrow with police escort to get my belongings. Sounds good. Fair warning, she's not well. Been ranting to the neighbors about you. Appreciated. Next day, I showed up with a cop, my lawyer, and the landlord. She refused to open the door. You can't come in. This is my home. The cop knocked. Ma'am, his name's on the lease. He has a legal right to access the property and retrieve his belongings. He abandoned me. He gave up his rights. That's not how it works. Open the door or we'll get a warrant and open it for you. She opened it, glared at me. You're not taking anything. Just my personal property. Everything in this house is mine. I picked it out. I decorated. My lawyer interrupted. He's taking his clothing, personal electronics, and any items he can prove he purchased before marriage. You're welcome to document everything he takes. I'll document all of it and bill him for taking anything. I went upstairs, started packing my clothes. She followed, narrating into her phone camera. He's stealing my husband's clothes. These are gifts. He can't just take gifts. The cop followed us. Ma'am, those are his clothes. He can take them, but I bought some of them. Then take it up in divorce court. I packed everything I needed. Clothes, laptop, some books, a few personal items. Took maybe 6 boxes total. She filmed everything. He's stripping the house. Look at this. He's taking everything. 6 boxes. Out of an entire furnished house. But sure, I was stripping it. As I was loading my car, she stood on the porch yelling, "You're a thief, a liar, an abandoner. Everyone will know what you did." Neighbors were watching. Some looked sympathetic to her. Others looked embarrassed for her. I didn't respond, just loaded the car and left. That night, she posted on social media. Long rant about abusive husbands who abandon their wives without warning and steal everything they own. I didn't respond, didn't even look at it. My lawyer advised me to stay completely off social media during the divorce. But apparently, she tagged mutual friends, asked them to share her story and help her through this difficult time. Some people did. Most people didn't. My best friend called. "Dude, she's posting some wild stuff." I know. Lawyer said to ignore it. Just FYI, most people aren't buying it. She sounds unhinged. She's unhinged. That's why I left. Fair enough. You need anything? Nah, I'm good. Week 5, her lawyer filed for emergency spousal support. Claimed she couldn't afford to live without my income. My lawyer countered with her bank statements. Showed she had $12,000 in savings. Plus her parents were paying her rent on a new apartment she'd moved into. She's not destitute. She has resources. She has family support. Emergency support is denied. Judge agreed. Ordered a hearing for temporary support in 6 weeks. She screamed at the judge, "How am I supposed to live? The same way you've been living for the past 5 weeks. By using your own money and accepting help from your family." Next case. Her lawyer had to physically guide her out of the courtroom. Week 6, she showed up at my hotel again. 11 p.m. on a Tuesday. Pounding on the door. "I know you're in there. We need to talk." I called hotel security. She's back. They called the police this time. She was trespassed from the property. Warned if she came back, she'd be arrested. She screamed at the cops. "He's my husband. I have a right to talk to him." "Ma'am, he's asked you to stop contacting him. You've been warned. Leave now." She left, but not before keying my car. Again, in the hotel parking lot. On camera. Filed another police report. Another insurance claim. Starting to become a routine. My lawyer filed for sanctions against her for harassment. Included all the evidence. Office visit, hotel visits, the key scratches, the false restraining order attempt, the illegal lock change. She's not helping herself. Judge is going to be pissed. Good. Update 3. Final update 2 months later. Settlement hearing was last week. 8 weeks after I walked out. She showed up with her parents, her lawyer, and an attitude. My lawyer had prepared a detailed breakdown. House, my separate property, bought before marriage. She gets nothing. Cars, both in my name. She can keep hers if she takes over payments. $340 per month. Retirement. She gets 15% of contributions made during marriage. About $8,000. Alimony. $800 per month for 2 years. Then done. Personal property. She keeps everything in the house except my stuff I already took. Her lawyer countered with their original demands. Judge looked annoyed. "Counselor, we've been over this. The house is separate property. It's in his name, purchased before marriage. She has no claim to it. Your Honor, she contributed to the household by living there rent-free for 3 years while he paid the mortgage, utilities, and maintenance. That's not a contribution. That's a benefit she received." Next point. They argued about alimony. Her lawyer wanted $3,000 a month. On what basis? She works part-time by choice. She has a college degree. She's capable of full-time employment. She sacrificed her career for the marriage. Judge pulled up her employment history. She's worked part-time since before the marriage. What sacrifice? The emotional labor of maintaining a household, which is not recognized as a basis for excessive alimony in this state. $800 a month for 2 years. That's more than generous given her employability. They argued about the retirement. Her lawyer wanted half. It's marital property. 15% of it is marital property. The contributions made during their 3-year marriage. The rest predates the marriage and is separate. She gets 15%. They kept pushing. Judge finally snapped. "Let me be clear. Your client has harassed my client repeatedly. Shown up at his workplace. Shown up at his hotel. Vandalized his vehicle twice. Filed a false restraining order. Illegally changed locks. And now she wants to be rewarded for this behavior? The settlement stands. $800 a month for 2 years. 15% of marital retirement contributions. Her car, if she takes payments. That's it. If you decline, we go to trial, and I promise you won't like that outcome. Decision time." Her lawyer looked at her. She was crying. "This isn't fair. He gets everything." "Ma'am, he gets what he came into the marriage with, plus what he earned during it. You get a generous alimony settlement despite working part-time and having the ability to work full-time. Take the deal." She took it. Signed through tears. Her mother was glaring at me the whole time. Outside the courthouse, her mother approached me. "I hope you're happy. You've ruined her life. I've ended a marriage that was destroying mine. Not the same thing. She loved you. She loved what I provided, not who I was. There's a difference. You'll regret this someday. I regret staying as long as I did. This I'm good with. I walked away. Felt lighter than I had in years. The divorce was finalized 3 weeks later. Quickest uncontested divorce my lawyer had seen in a while. Usually takes 6 months minimum. You got lucky she signed the settlement. Or she realized she wasn't getting a better deal. That too. I've been in my new apartment for a month now. 1 bedroom, quiet building, 10 minutes from work. Rent's cheaper than a mortgage was. Got my own furniture, my own dishes, my own space. No one criticizing me. No one monitoring my every move. No one telling me I'm lazy or selfish or useless. Just peace. I've heard through mutual friends that she's telling everyone I abandoned her and stole everything. Let her. The people who matter know the truth. Her parents apparently cut back her financial support once they found out about the settlement. Turns out, they've been told I was leaving her with nothing. When they found out she's getting alimony plus her car plus retirement money, they were less sympathetic. She moved back in with them last week. The apartment they were paying for was too expensive. Meanwhile, I paid off my car, boosted my savings, started sleeping better than I have in years. Coworker asked me last week if I was dating anyone. Nah, taking some time to remember who I am without someone telling me I'm doing it wrong. Fair enough. You seem happier though. I am, and I really am. The dishes are in the dishwasher when I feel like loading them. Sometimes that's right after dinner. Sometimes it's the next morning. Sometimes I just hand wash them because it's faster. Nobody cares. Nobody comments. Nobody tells me I'm doing it wrong. It's just me, my space, my rules. That night, she told me I'd regret walking out the door. She was wrong. The only thing I regret is not walking out sooner. Best decision I've made in years. Hands down. No dramatic revenge. No grand gestures. Just a quiet exit and firm boundaries. Turns out, sometimes the best revenge is just being happier without them. She wanted me to regret leaving. Instead, I regret staying. Funny how that works.